problems that you're going to have to face once you have money. I heard someone in our class now has a bank account. Maybe other friends have bank accounts. If you have a bank account, raise your hand. You put your hands down, guess what? You're in charge of your money now. So you're going to have to find out if you're taking money out, how much you'll have left, and if you're putting money in, how much money should be in your account, right? Because that's your money. You have to be the one responsible for it, right? So these real world problems are very, very important for us to learn. Now, there are a few things that I want to do before we read that, and that is to understand why we read real world problems. So it says we read word problems to understand what the numbers mean. Okay, so when we read it, we're trying to understand what are they talking about? What are these numbers representing? And then we say we read word problems to understand what to do with the numbers. So we have to understand what those numbers mean and what are they asking us to do with those numbers. Okay? So let's go back and look at our real world problem. I'm going to start reading and I want you guys to join in and read with me, but I want you to be thinking about those two parts. What do these numbers mean and what are we doing with the numbers? So you guys can read with me.
Marcus buys a pencil for 25 cents. He also buys an eraser for 17 cents. He gives the cashier 50 cents. How much change does he get back?
That sounds like we're going to be doing a lot with our numbers. It doesn't seem like we're just doing one thing. We're going to be doing a two-step problem. Does anyone remember what it's called? It begins with an M. You're so close. Jason has the first word correct. It's a multi-step. It's a multi-step problem. So when we do multi-step problems, bless you, we're going to be representing each number and each problem using our bar models, okay? This is just an easy way to look at it. Well, let's take a look at the first thing. It says that he buys a pencil and he buys an eraser. If he's buying these things, we have to understand what those two things represent. So he buys a pencil and he buys an eraser for these two amounts of money. How many things did he buy? Amel? Two things. A pencil and an eraser. Well, I have to find out first how much money he spent. If he bought a pencil and he bought an eraser, he spent both of those amounts of money. So I have, he bought his eraser and he bought his pencil. His eraser cost 17 cents. His pencil cost how much money, Alec?
His pencil cost 25.
Right. So how do I find out how much he spent? I even put the question here. How much does he spend? How do I find that out? Brianna?
I think by
Okay. Listen to the question. How much does he spend? And then I have these two amounts. So what I'm going to do, since some people have forgotten, and when I see that friends have forgotten, we all have to go back and do our number bonds. Okay? So we're going to do a number bond for this bar model. So we have heart, heart, whole. What do we do with the numbers going this way?
You're supposed to put the line there so you know it's when it's going that way, it's subtraction.
Excellent. And what about these two numbers? These two numbers are always going to be plus or adding. So we have part, whole. What goes in the whole? Brianna? Question mark. We don't know how much he spent, right? We don't know how much Marcus spent yet. We're going to find that answer out. How much was his eraser?
17 cents.
17 cents. How much was his pencil, Jaden?
25 cents.
25 cents. Right? So he went up to the cashier, he bought his pencil, he bought his eraser. We have to find out how much money he spent altogether. So how much does he spend? He gives them 17 cents for the eraser. He gives them 25 cents for the pencil. How do I solve this problem easiest? Caitlin.
After you do the number bond, you write your facts.
Right. So if I'm just writing my facts to try to find the easiest one, what would be the easiest one you could create with these?
17 plus 25.
Equals, right? And then we could find that out. I see that Kenya was thinking the same thing as you, and I also see that Alec was thinking, and Tanila was thinking the same thing. So we have 7 ones and 5 ones. How many ones do I have all together if I'm adding? Samara. 12 ones. How can I regroup 12 ones? Dominic.
Put the 2 down
So I have 2 ones,
and put the 1 on top of the 1, 17.
and I have 1, 10. So I regroup 12 ones into 1, 10, and 2 ones. Okay, so now I have 1 plus 1 is
2.
2, and 2 plus 2 is 4. How much money did Marcus spend altogether?
42 cents.
He spent 42 cents. Okay? So that's how much he spent. Okay. He gives the cashier 50 cents. Maybe Marcus only had 2 quarters. So if he only had 2 quarters, he would have 50 cents. How much change does he get back? So now I have to do my second bar model. So I have how much money Marcus spent, and he spent how much?
42 cents.
He spent 42 cents. This is how much he gets back. And this is how much he gave the cashier. So he gave the cashier 50 cents. What's the easiest way to solve this problem? Brianna? By subtracting, right? This is how much he spent altogether, right? We just solved for that. So now we have to see how much change he gets back. So he gives them 50 cents. When he gives them 50 cents, the cashier takes away 42 cents because that's how much he spent on everything. And then we subtract. So we have 0. Can I take 2 away? No. What do I have to do?
You have to cross out the 5.
To regroup by crossing out the 5.
You have to
put the 1 that I just took away next to the 0,
Put it right there.
and the 5 becomes a 4 because I took one group away and I brought it to the 1's place. So I have 10 1s, and I have to take away 2 1s. How many 1s will I have, Dominic?
8 bills.
Okay, I have 4 10s. Can I take 4 10s away? Yeah. I have 4. Hold up your 4 10s. Take 4 10s away. How many 10s do you have?
0.
0 10s. How much change did he get back from the cashier amount? 8 monkeys?
8 cents.
He only got 8 cents back. That's not a whole lot of money, is it? But you know what? He got a pencil, and he got an eraser. And he still has change. Okay? What I want you guys to do now is to head back to your seat and work on the page that is open on your desk. That page is going to be very similar, so I want you to be able to take a look at this. If you have any questions about the page, first I want you to try it on your own, then you can come to me for questions.